I know Virgos are quaking right now. It's gonna be okay, just relax. The purple is definitely one of those shades. Wow, oh shoot, that looks really good. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. Okay, so I got my base makeup done already, but clearly you can see from the title that the main business we're doing today is gonna be the eyeliner. But let me show you these cute earrings. These are my newest earrings from Shop Kike. I have bought something from like their last 3 drops. I'm trying so hard not to spend all my money on earrings, but I just can't help it. And honestly, Shop Kike is pretty affordable. I think I got these for $12 and they're so cute. It was part of their Halloween drop, but if you know me, you know I will be wearing these year-round because aliens don't just come out on Halloween. I don't even know if they know about it. Who am I kidding? They know about a lot more than we know about. But yeah, these are my cute little alien earrings and I love them so much. They're so fun. One of my more subtle pairs. You know, a lot of my earrings are like really long, large and in charge, and I like them that way. This little earring rack is also from Shop Kike and I love it so much for earring storage. But that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to see my cute little alien earrings. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in me trying water activated liners from Beauty Bay. So Beauty Bay reached out to me a few weeks ago and asked me if they could send me some eyeliners, and I was like, are you kidding me? Yes, of course. I love water activated liners and I always want to try new brands, especially more affordable brands and more easily accessible brands. I know Beauty Bay is a retailer that ships to a lot of different countries. I know a lot of times I'll talk about indie makeup brands that I love and you guys are like, ah, looks great, but doesn't ship to my country. Whereas with Beauty Bay, I'm looking at their website right in front of me here. They ship to Madagascar, Japan, Italy, Israel, Norway, Saudi Arabia, Sweden, Taiwan, Thailand, Singapore, Qatar, Romania, the list goes on and on. Like, they ship to a lot of countries, Australia too. So if these end up being great, then I think a lot of you will be able to get them. And these palettes are also only $14 each, which you get 5 shades with, which equals out to about $3 a shade, less than $3 a shade. Incredible deal, but we don't even know if they're good yet. So today I'm gonna be trying these on. I'll swatch them off for you so you can see the colors, and of course we will create a fun graphic liner look together. So if that sounds like a topic that is interesting to you and you want to see me try the Beauty Bay Aquavated Liner Palettes, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching because it's coming at you right now. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and swatch both of these palettes for you. I'm not gonna talk through it as I do it because I feel like that would be boring. So real quick, I'm gonna swatch the Technidays Aquavated Liner Palette and also the Aquavated Liner Palette. Aquavated Liner Palette. That is not easy to say, but it's like it's aqua liners, water activated, aquavated liner palettes. Alright, so here are my swatches. I swatched the original Aquavated Liner Palette on top, which starts with the white shade and ends with the neon pink shade, and then from underneath there, I swatched the Technidays Aquavator palette, starting with the yellow shade and ending with the pastel purple shade. I did swatch a couple shades that I thought would be comparable to the OG palette from the Technidays palette, although to be honest, there's really no dupe shades between the two. I would describe the original palette as more of your neons palette with the white, and then the Technidays palette is definitely more on the pastel side, except from that green shade, which is still pastel, but the green shade pulls very neon. So yeah, I would say the Technidays is more of your pastel palette and the OG is more of your neon palette, but like I said, there's no dupes between the two of them, so I don't think it could hurt to have both color stories. But of course we haven't tried them on the eyes yet, so now let's try them out to see if the formula is good. Of course they swatched well, but I don't find swatches tell you a whole ton when it comes to water activated liners, aside from what the colors look like. So let's get into my tutorial portion. Okay, so I definitely want to use both palettes, but I think I'm going to start in the OG palette, as I'm calling it, the OG Aquavated Liner Palette, since it's just called the Aquavated Liner Palette. But I just noticed there's shade names on the back, which is cool, and these are all space themed, which clearly I love. All of this to say, I'm going to start with the white shade, the shade UFO, and I'm going in with a Glisten 7.5 brush, just a nice mid-length, a little bit long brush, very thin, so we're going to do nice long fine lines. And I forgot until I was looking at the price of these water activated liner palettes on Beauty Bay that you can also buy Glisten products on Beauty Bay, which is amazing. You can't use my discount code if you buy them on there, but if Glisten does not ship to your country but Beauty Bay does, that's a good option for you to still try the product. But anyway, yes, so going in with the white shade first. My idea is to go in with like a bold white line and then maybe do some colors on top of and below it, or maybe all on top of. I don't know, but I know I want to start with the white shade. Okay, so for the graphic liner, I'm gonna start at the brow bone, scooch it down a little bit until I can see like where the shadow hits right here, and then I'm gonna take it here and flick it out at the brow bone. All right, here we go. Okay, this brush, is this brush too thin for what I'm trying to do? Okay, this brush might be almost too thin for what I'm trying to do. I wanted my line to be a little bit thicker than that, so let me switch to a different one. So instead I'm gonna go in with my Glisten G4 brush. I will say the formula is looking good so far. I just didn't like the size of the line that went in with that brush. So let me do my second layer to even it out a little bit, although clearly as we can see it's very pigmented upon the first layer, but now I'm going in with the Glisten number 4 brush. Okay, I'm not totally thrilled with the shape of my white line here. It's a little bigger than I wanted it to be, but I honestly think that's my fault for using too thin of a brush and then trying to fix it with another one. But I will say, so far, very impressed with the formula. It's very pigmented. It doesn't feel very heavy on my eye, which is great, and it's not cracking at all yet. But you know, sometimes you gotta wait a little bit to see if products are gonna crack. So yeah, I'm impressed so far, but now let's move on to some colors. And for the first color, I wanna dip into this orange because it looks orange, but it's honestly more of a peachy shade. When I swatched it, it's super pretty. I love peachy pastel shades. And this is from the Technidays Aquavated Liner Palette, and it's in the shade Ibiza. Oh my god, I thought I was recording. I was not recording. Okay, I just did one layer of the shade Ibiza so far. I'm gonna go in with another layer because it's pretty pigmented, but I can see a little bit of my skin peeking through. I don't think you can see it on camera at all, but I'd feel more comfortable with the second layer anyways, so let me show you how it glides on. Okay, I'm really liking the pastel formula so far, and pastels are like a huge test for water activated liners because I've tried some pastel formulas before that get so thick and almost like sticky to the point where they just like will not glide over your eyes, and they're just like way too thick even with one layer. So I really like the formulation of this pastels. Like I said, I had to build it up to a second layer, but it doesn't look like it's gonna crack or anything yet. So far I'm really happy with it. But okay, what shade do I want to put on top of that peach shade? I think I want to dip into that pastel yellow. It's so wild that this is pastel to me because it looks like such like a bright sunflowery yellow, but it's definitely pastel. And this is also from the Technidays palette. It's the shade Hype. I take it back. I don't think this yellow is a pastel. It's looking a lot more vibrant on the eyes than I feel like it did when I swatched it. I think I just really wanted an easy way to distinguish these two palettes from each other, but I don't find this yellow to be pastel. Definitely, I mean, obviously it's not neon compared to the neon shade and the OG palette, but yeah, this yellow is showing up a lot brighter than I expected it to, which I love because I have very fair skin and sometimes pastel yellows just disappear, and this one didn't disappear at all. So big fan of that so far. All right, I just had a wacky idea of what to do next. What if I go back into the white shade? Oop, almost picked myself in the eye. What if I dropped my brush. Anyway, like I was saying, what if I dip back into that white shade, did a big long wing down here, maybe even connect it up here? No, I'm not gonna connect it, but I'm gonna do a long white wing, and then I'm gonna do the corresponding colors up here, but from the OG neon palette. So I'll layer over it with the neon orange and the yellow. Is that a bad idea? I don't think so. I think it's gonna be cool. I was really excited when I had the idea, and then I thought about it more and I was like, oh no, it's a terrible idea, but we're gonna go with my gut. We're gonna go with my initial instinct and just go for it. So okay, going back in with that white shade. A little water activated liner tip for you, a hot graphic liner tip for you. If you feel like you want your lines to look cleaner, but you don't necessarily need more product, you can always just dip your brush back into the water. You don't need to like totally clean it up, just like get it more wet. And then you can go in and smooth over any cracks or areas where you feel like it doesn't look as smooth without adding a ton of more product, which can potentially lead to cracking. So there's my hot tip from me to you. Okay, I'm officially a huge fan of this white shade UFO. It's just like so pigmented and so bold. I know it's like white, like duh, it's bold, but this is just a really, really good white shade. I like it a lot so far, and it's not cracking at all, which is amazing. Pastels and white shades, and honestly, neons, literally all of the shades in both of these palettes are the most prone to cracking. I don't know why, I just feel like pastel formulas, white formulas, and neon formulas tend to be thicker. So far, I'm very impressed with the Beauty Bay. These are performing great so far, but now the true test, the neons. All right, so I'm gonna go in with this neon orange shade, which is called Electric, and it's from the OG Aquavated Liner Palette. And we're just gonna layer on top of that white with it and see how it does. Wow, okay, that orange is super, super beautiful. It looks so pretty. It's very neon, but I really like that this neon orange is like a true neon orange and not a neon red orange. I have some neon oranges that for some reason, once they're wet, look more red, and I don't want them to look red, I want them to look orange, but this one looks super orange, so I'm impressed. Let's go in with the neon yellow though, which is honestly more of like a neon green. Is that gonna look bad? If it ends up looking bad, or if I think that it's starting to look bad, the shade is called Solar, by the way, then what I'll do is for my second layer, I'll mix it with a little bit of orange to like tone it down. I always forget that neon yellows pull green, and I don't know if I want that here, but we'll see. It could be a good thing to mix though. Should I just go ahead and mix right from the start? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna drive you guys crazy because I know people don't like when I mix in the pans, but they're just so easy to clean. I know Virgos are quaking right now. It's gonna be okay, just relax. All right, my concoction is complete. Let's go in with my neon yellow. If you don't like the chaos of mixing the two shades together, you can always just scoop a little bit of each when it's wet and mix it on like the palette lid too. That would be fine. But that's not chaotic. My Sagittarius moon loves chaos. Okay, the neon yellow was interesting. I'd say it was the most labor intensive shade so far. That could be because I went a little rogue and mixed some of my orange into it. And by the most labor intensive, I mean like it just took the longest. I feel like for me to get a nice even layer, I feel like my brush was drying out really quickly. Like that might be a bit of a thicker formula, but again, could be because I mixed it myself. But I still love the appearance. It's not cracking at all or anything, which is great. It's nice and vibrant, so I'm happy with the way it looks. But we need some more colors up in here because it's a lot of orange, yellow, and white, and I would like to dip into some pink. And what I think I'm gonna do, pink stars. Do I want to do pink stars? What if I did pink stars? I think pink stars is a good idea. I'm really overthinking it today. I don't know why. I usually just, I'm like, whatever, let's go for it. And I will be like that and just say whatever, let's go for it. I think I'm gonna do pink and purple twinkly stars. I think I'm gonna do purple outlines and pink centers, maybe I'll just put a little pink dot in the middle. Either way, I'm gonna use these two neon and purple shades, and maybe we'll add some little pastel dots too. I don't know, let's see. Okay, so let's start out with our little purple stars. Ooh, I have an eyebrow hair right there. Oh no, it's okay, nobody panic, nobody panic. I've trained for this. Eyebrow hairs can honestly be the biggest enemy of your graphic liner looks. If you get a little tiny line, you're just doing a little stroke like that and it gets caught on a brow hair, it can make the line look like it's totally not even though it is. The purple is definitely one of those wow, oh shoot, that looks really good. That turned out so much better than I thought it would. I might not even fill that in. Should I leave it hollow? It looks good like that. Dang, ooh. I'm blowing myself away over here. Yeah, I think I'll leave that blank in the middle, and then I'll do a pink star down here. The look is coming together. I'm thinking of looks, thinking of ideas on the spot here. But as I was saying, the purple is definitely one of those shades I think that needs 2 layers just because it's a neon purple. And so when you can see like patches underneath, they're a little more evident because I don't know, the purple is just so bold that like you notice it's uneven more. So I'm just layering it up with a second layer because I feel like it looks the best that way, but it's still a really nice formula. Purple water activated liners seem like they must be hard to formulate too because I only have like a couple purples in my collection that I use consistently just because purples can be so finicky, but I'm really liking this one so far. But okay, like I said, I do still want to use that pink. I just don't want to fill it in anymore because I really like the way it looks kind of hollow. So I think instead I'll just dip into the shade Burst from the OG Water Aquavated Liner Palette. I'm having to think so hard to say it correctly. By the way, the purple was called called Pixie, and I am gonna do that star in the inner corner of my eye. Okay, I love the way my little star looks so far. I am gonna go in with the second layer of the pink too, because I feel the same way as the purple, where it's just so bold that you do notice if there's any little patchiness on it. But at least they're not cracking when they're layering up, because a lot of neons crack. All right, this may be a huge mistake, but I'm filling in the stars with white. I don't know, they look beautiful, but I feel like they're missing a little something, and I feel like this could be the missing something, and I have to follow my creative instincts here. Following your creative instincts is always a good idea, because even if it doesn't turn out great, at least you'll never have to wonder why. Sometimes you don't go with your gut on like a creative makeup decision, and then the whole rest of the day you're like, wow, what would it have looked like if I added that extra element? And I am here to do that for you. I will always add the extra elements. All right, what's the moral of the story, everybody? Always go with your gut, because this looks so good. I love the way it turned out. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I feel like it's missing green, so I'm gonna do a bunch of little green dots around here with my nail dotting tool. This is my nail dotting tool, by the way. It's a tool used in nail art that just has like a tiny ball on the bottom. Mine's double-sided, so I have a big one on the other side. This is from Shop Miss A, but I don't think they carry it anymore, so I'll link one on Amazon down below for you. And the shade we're dipping into is from the Bay Aquavated Liner Palette, and it's the shade Utopia. And if you don't have a nail dotting tool and want to do this right now, you can always use the back of your brush or the bottom of a skinny brush, although the dots will be larger. Oh my gosh, it's gonna tie into my alien. Should I draw an alien instead of a star? Ugh, I don't think I have the room for it, but I want to. No, we're just gonna do dots. Maybe dots of varying size, we'll see. Yeah, we'll do dots of varying size. That's a good compromise for aliens. Okay, so I just dip my little nail dotting tool into the wet product. All right, and let's plop some dots around here. Alright, I'm going to switch to the other side of my nail dotting tool to go in with some smaller green dots, but this is so cute so far. I kind of want them to look like little green stars, but dots. But aren't stars actually round? Like, they just look like they're twinkling from a distance, but they're actually round. So this is actually like more scientifically accurate, so yeah. Okay, I went a little wild and crazy and brought it into my nose, but I just think this looks so cute so far. I really want to put a shimmer on the lid though. I know that's not what this video is about. It's about the water activated liners, but we gotta tie the look all together, and I think what would tie this whole look together would be using the shade Charm from my Glisten Shapeshifter palette. It's like a gorgeous, super shiny, sparkly, out of this world extraterrestrial green shimmer, but it's still relatively sheer, so it's not gonna like totally steal the show, even though it will steal a little bit of the show, but that's okay. I feel like everyone can be equal performers. Everyone is co-stars, co-headlining the show. And I'm not going in with a primer or anything. I don't know, I feel like this doesn't really need it. Just gonna focus it on the center of the lid and on the brow bone. I don't care if a little bit is covering the water activated liner. I think it looks cool. I might even purposefully put a little bit over the center of the liner. I did that with a graphic liner look the other day, and it was black liner. It looks so cool. Oh my gosh. You just gotta be careful with water activated liner. Don't like rub over it really hard, or else you will accidentally make it crack. So you definitely just want to like press if you are putting shadow over the liner. Okay, wow, it's just the most beautiful eye look I've ever done ever. It looks so cool. But okay, before I give my final thoughts and everything, let me go ahead and do the other eye and add some mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, here are both of my eyes done. You guys, I'm in love with the way the look turned out. I think it's so cute. It's reminding me very much of the look I did with the Rowie Singh Glisten palette, this one right here, where I just like kept building and building and layering and layering, and there's so many moving parts, and I really, really like it. I am very happy with this look, and you guys, these liners perform so well. This is the best affordable water activated liner formula I have tried thus far. I've really only tried one other one. If you guys saw my disastrous Ulta haul video from earlier in the year when I tried the Makeup Revolution water activated liners, yeah, those did not work out well for me, so I'm very happy to have found a very accessible water activated liner formula. I would say between the two palettes, like both perform pretty much the same, so I'd say it depends on what color story you want to go for, but like I said at the beginning when I did my swatches, there are no dupes between these two palettes, so if you want to buy one and then if you end up liking it, go back and get another, then yeah, go for it. I really like the formula a lot. They're not cracking or flaking. I mean, these perform like high-end liners. These perform like my Glisten liners. They perform like my Advocacy liners. This is a really good formula, and I can't wait to keep playing around with it. This was so fun. Thanks, Beauty Bay, for sending these to me. This is not sponsored, by the way. They just sent me some stuff, and naturally, being who I am, I had to share them with you. do, had to do a little review for you. So let me know if you guys plan on picking up any of these water activated liner palettes. What are they called again? The Aquavated Liner Palettes. Let me know if you pick any of them up, or if you have any other water activated liner brands that you want me to try out for you. I am always down to try out some new graphic liners. It's my favorite thing in the world. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm staring at myself in the viewfinder because I look so cute. Oh my gosh. Check out my description box for all of the details of all of the makeup products on my face today. Also in my description box, I'll have a bunch of Black Lives Matter resources, resources to support the Asian American community, resources to support the LGBTQ plus community, and resources to support Ukraine. So please click on those links if you haven't yet. And I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! I'm gonna zoom in on my eye one last time. Look at how good it looks. What a pretty eye look. Okay, bye.